Hello, and this is Banks from Banks Talks Tanks. I haven't made a video for over a year and a half, but we decided to start doing Banks Talks Tanks again, along with other videos, including comedy videos. But today, we're not going to be talking about our usual German tanks. We're going to be talking about a new type of tank, the M4 Sherman, which was the most produced tank by the Americans during World War II. Now, it wasn't a very high quality tank, but it was very easy to produce, and it was a tank that helped the Western Allies win during World War II. Now here's a picture of an early version, and that's actually a Lend-Lease version for the Russians, but that same type of tank was used by the Americans. And as you can see, that Russian right there says "Onward to Berlin," which was a common catchphrase of Russian troops during World War II. But the original Sherman was only armed with a short-barreled, low-velocity 75mm gun, good against infantry, but not against other tanks. And it could knock out a German light tank, like the Panzer II, or a medium tank like a Panzer III, but it could not knock out the heavier medium tanks like the Panzer IV, the Panther, or the German heavy tanks like the Tiger or Mouse, which was never really produced that much. But later versions, these were named the Firefly by the British forces and the EZ-8 by the American forces, had a long-barreled 75mm gun that could knock out Panthers and Panzer IVs. It was much more successful, and that is an American version of the Sherman, the EZ-8. And that one was used during the late stages of World War II, following the Allied invasion of France during D-Day. And it was also used in the Korean War and even at the beginning of the Vietnam War in modified versions. It continued to be used by the Israelis until the early 1970s. That's a long service length for a rather bad tank. Now, the later version was armed with a long-barreled 75mm gun, so it could easily punch through enemy armor. But in all versions of tanks were armed with two 30-caliber machine guns and a 50-caliber machine gun. Now, one 30-caliber machine gun was located right next to the main gun in the turret, another one was located in the hull, and another one was located at the top of the turret outside of the commander's hatch. And the Sherman could go 25 miles per hour on road, which is pretty good for a tank of that era, but it could only go 13 miles per hour off-road, which was much slower than the Panther, which could manage up to 19 miles per hour off-road. Still pretty slow, but much faster than the Sherman. The Sherman had rather thin armor. Its max armor was only 3 inches, and that meant that it could be easily penetrated by enemy shells. And it was nicknamed the Zippo by Allied forces because when hit by a German shell, it would light up every time, just like the lighter. And I hope you enjoyed the video today, and I hope you learned something. We'll be having new Banks Talks Tanks videos coming out every other Saturday, and next Saturday we'll upload a comedy video, which will be something new, and that's about it. Bye.